Hi, I'm Mark Bayshore. I'm the executive editor for Fire Rescue One and firechief.com. I want to spend a few minutes talking with you today about a lot of the opinions we've heard espoused out there recently all over the United States. Coast to coast within our ranks, we've been tracking the life-altering, job-altering consequences for the things people have said, for the social media posts that they've made, or maybe just someone else's information that they've forwarded on. I've talked to some people who say, let those people say whatever they want to say. Those are the people we need to get rid of. I've talked to others who say they have the First Amendment right to free speech. You can't tell them what to say. I wanted to take a minute and look at the Bill of Rights. Let's look at the First Amendment. Here it is. Let's see what it actually says. First Amendment says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So there you have it. The government has given you the right to freedom of speech. Our founding fathers did a fantastic job framing the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and the tenets of that have been upheld in the Supreme Court numerous times, as recently as 2017. But what the government did not give you, what the government did not grant you, is the government did not grant you the right to the freedom from consequence. The government did not grant you the right to a job or a specific employer. The First Amendment is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. As chiefs and leaders in our organizations, we need to make sure that we are upholding the public trust, that we ourselves have the trust, honor, and ethics, that we're exercising those that are necessary to maintain that public trust. We need to be developing our people. We need to be encouraging them to get out into the communities at the local level and to establish those partnerships and relationships that will build the department for the future. Maybe it's just time to back away from the keyboard. Maybe that's just your time. My dad used to say to measure twice, cut once when you're looking at a piece of wood. Well, I'm encouraging you to think twice and walk away once. Remember, the First Amendment is not grant you the right to the freedom from consequence. So as you think about the next thing that you want to comment on or that you want to talk about, think about that public trust. Think about your own trust, honor, and ethics, and think about the consequences of what you're getting ready to do. And maybe it is just time to back away from the keyboard. As chiefs, we should be encouraging and developing our people to have engagement. But right now, that engagement needs to be out in the community, needs to be establishing those partnerships and those relationships, and it needs to be building on the trust that's inherently part of the fire and EMS service. It is time for us to ask our people to back away from the keyboard. As leaders, we need to encourage our staff to use these times as more teachable moments. Less engagement at the keyboard, more engagement out in the community. Is it your time to back away from the keyboard? Remember, you have the right to the freedom of speech. You do not have the right to the freedom from consequence. Thanks for listening today. I encourage you to keep safe, to stay smart, and follow us on firerescue1.com.